Hello guys, QwertyAfro here. Welcome back to another video, and I think I've returned back to YouTube.
To the E to the L to the U to the X to the E to the top.
Well, I think I have. For now, let's just say I'm looking to make 2020 sort of a kind of revival. I do want to get back into the kind of swing of YouTube things. I do owe it to you guys, and I kind of miss it in a way. I do miss the kind of the interactivity that I had with my community, and you guys have been busy. Like, we've passed over 30,000 subscribers and stuff like that. You guys still watch my videos on like a monthly basis, even though I'm not really posting anything. And even when I do post, like just randomly, people still watch it. So it's you guys are still there, and I do owe it to you to kind of continue and make stuff for you guys. And I hope 2020 will be maybe a revival year. That's the kind of thing I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna start off with a new series in this video. Something, you know, let's just get things swinging off. Really, I'm gonna have a channel update 2020 sort of video that I might record after this sometime, and I'll just explain to you maybe what we're going to do with the channel, kind of stuff like that. I don't know, just more kind of like one-to-one and kind of ideas, who knows. But in this video, I'm going to be doing a new series. It is a game that I don't think many of you would have thought that I would be doing seriously on the channel, but it's actually, well, I can't really say the game itself because there are many games within this platform, this game that allows people to make games in this game. If you know where I'm going with this, it is of course Roblox, and not particularly just Roblox, but it is Stepford County Railway. It is a game I've been playing tremendously. Does that even make sense? Tremendously? No, it's a game that I've been playing quite a lot, especially on stream. I do like playing it. It's just a nice thing to have on. People can join it because it is a multiplayer game where people can join, drive on the same map. It is basically the multiplayer that Train Sim World has not and probably will never give us. Maybe one day, who knows. But this is a game that I really wanted to bring to the channel. Loads of people, when I do stream it, was like, oh, are you gonna ever do this on YouTube, stuff like that. And just generally, I want to give a bit more exposure to Stepford County Railway because I think it's a very good platform, and it's just a very nice game. I think if people haven't discovered already, I know there's going to be a lot of people that watch this that have already played this game, so you know, you're just rediscovering it, or you're just watching me play it. I don't know what, but I just want to give it a bit more exposure because it is definitely something that I've enjoyed over the last year, and I have come to my senses with Roblox in terms of what's okay and what's not. So, you know, I've kind of, I don't know if I'll be fully on board with Roblox, but I'm definitely fully on board with Stepford County Railway, and that's why, of course, I'm doing this series, and I think I'm going to call it SCR LogBook, where we just kind of, I just show you the kind of things you can do in SCR. There's different things, obviously. There's like, you can be a passenger, you can be a driver, you can be different staff roles like a dispatcher, signaller, and then you can be like, if you want to even go up and apply to do different things, you can be a trainer, like a lead driver, train up drivers, train up dispatchers, train up signalers, loads of other kind of more progressive stuff. So it is a community of progression, and it's a cool community on the most part. So I'm going to, on the latest version of 1.4, and the biggest update that's come out recently is the high-speed express route up to Llyn-By-The-Sea, and it's something that I've been seeing for the past year. You know, I've been seeing tracks and stuff on the route that like nothing's on, and people are like, oh yeah, that's the express route and stuff like that. So it's been a very much so long progress in the works kind of thing. So when it did hit and when it dropped, it was like quite a lot of content. It was a, you know, a big update. I think one of the biggest updates I've seen playing the actual game, and the game's been just getting a lot better. From when I started, all of the trains were like paper trains, so just basically just like 2D trains with no interiors. And then a lot of trains have been updated to next gen, which have like 3D interiors, have like a cab 3D view. So the game's just, since I started, which was about like beginning of last year around this time, it's just been updated tremendously. So I definitely would recommend it. I'll leave the link down below so you can check it out. It is free to play. There are paid aspects if you want to, like, you know, go faster, not knock trains and routes and stuff like that. But everything in the game you can unlock with just points and experience that you actually get by just playing the game. So I would definitely highly recommend it if you are interested in this sort of stuff. And if you're watching this on my channel, then I guess you sort of are. We're going to do Stepford Central to Llyn-By-The-Sea, the all-stopping service on the express route. And we're of course going to do it in the classic HST. There is an IET class 801 at some point. We'll have a look and have a go around in the series, but I thought we'd do something a bit more classic in the class 4.3 HST. And of course, in real life right now, HSTs are really being withdrawn left, right and center everywhere. So I thought, you know, we could do a little homage. So we load up here in Stepford Depot, Stepford being the kind of main city in on this map. Let me just load up my little schedule stop here, and let's depart and let's get going to Stepford Central. This little network rail hub here, this is Stepford East Station, by the way, which is actually modelled off London Bridge. A lot of these stations on this map in this game are modelled off actual real life stations. So when you're driving past, stopping at certain stations, you might think some of these look familiar, and they are, because they are modelled off actual stations. Normally I would have, when I'm streaming, I'd have this up to see who's like online, but I'm not really too bothered because I'm just doing a video for you guys. I'm not streaming or anything like that, so I'm not too bothered who is online. Normally in the chat there you can see QwertyAfro ? There are people that notice when I come into a server and they're just like, but I never talk in a in the chat on SCR ever. So if you ever say hi to me in the chat in SCR, I'm not being rude, I just don't use the chat. So I sometimes very rarely use it, but it's not I'm being rude, I just don't use it, essentially. But yeah, guys, as I said, I will be doing like a channel update 2020 video where I'll just try and kind of explain maybe what I'm going to do with the channel. If you guys have been living under a rock for the last couple of months, maybe the year, because some people kind of guessed it or kind of figured out maybe at some point.
Is now approaching
in real life,
Central.
I am actually a train driver. I do drive trains in real life, fortunately, and that's been my kind of last year. That's why maybe as well there wasn't much content and stuff on the channel, because it was mainly just me doing a lot of training and stuff for my job. So I am a real train driver. I did do a little bit of a mockery of it with my April's Fool video last year, where I kind of alluded that I was a train driver, but then the whole gag was to kind of say that I was a train driver, but then put on April's Fool to kind of make people think, oh no, he's just joking, but I wasn't joking. So I am a train driver. Nice thing I love in SCR is obviously these destination boards. They show like all of the stations and stuff, like the calling patterns, the expected arrival time, the service it is, how many carriages the service has. It's just a really nice kind of like the functions and stuff in this game are so cool. There's a lot more stuff that you can even see in this that you don't even see in like popular train sims, like, you know, that are actually like paid products. So I definitely always, when I see cool kind of little things in Stepford County Railway, I'm like always wondering why can't stuff like this be ported over or used in like bigger train sim titles. Even though I wouldn't call this per se a simulator, but other simulators could follow suit with some of the features and stuff like that that are in this game. So today we're doing, as I said, to Llyn-By-The-Sea, calling at St Helens Bridge, Benton, Leighton, Stepford Road, Leighton City, Edgemead, West Wyvern, North Shore, and Llyn-By-The-Sea. It should take about a 20-minute so journey. It's not too bad. It's a really nice kind of ride actually on the express, because you get to see most of the...
Your attention please. The 1352 Stepford Connect service to Stepford, Victoria has been cancelled.
This is due.
This is due to a member of train crew being unavailable.
I really don't like that announcement. They added that sometime last year. It was cool when they added it, but then I think it's just obviously anytime someone leaves, anytime like someone leaves, quits while they're like spawned in to do a service, the announcement plays that, and it is a little bit annoying, because if people...
This train is the Stepford Express service to
if people are
Llyn-By-The-Sea.
if people are always
The next
leaving,
station
it can
is
get a bit
St Helens
it
Bridge.
can get a bit annoying. Something that you can realize right now is that there's no sound on the loco. It's only when I'm accelerating or deaccelerating that you might hear something. That's the kind of glitches or kind of things that are a little bit problematic with this game. It's not perfect, to say the least. There's quite a lot of things wrong with this game, but most of the time it does work okay. You can, right now you can only hear like the AWS. And now we're just gonna chug along up to 125 miles an hour and pass Stepford East Station, and our first stop on the thing is St Helens Bridge. It's kind of weird not hearing anything going at this kind of sort of speed, but you get to see a lot while we kind of travel down to Llyn-By-The-Sea. People obviously like talking away in the chat. That branch on the left there goes down to Whitefield. That was also something added last year through like many of the updates that that came about. If you guys have
train
any...
is now approaching St Helens Bridge.
48 Stepford Express service to Llyn-By-The-Sea. Calling it.
If you guys have any sort of questions or kind of queries about Stepford County Railway, definitely do drop it down in the comments section down below, and I'll be sure to answer to the best of my ability. But if you want more information and stuff like that off the actual game, definitely go onto the website link down below, as well as find their Discord server, and there's a lot of more information about like the community, the kind of stuff that you can do within the game. It's just a very kind of lively community, I have to say. You can hear a bit of that.
This train is the Stepford Express service to Llyn-By-The-Sea.
I don't know if these sounds are like
station is
Valenta sounds or VP185 sounds. I don't know if they're or maybe MTU, not too sure. Signaling and stuff on this game is all done to kind of similar in real life. You have 4 aspect signaling, which was actually a recent thing. It used to be all 3 aspect signaling, but now it's 4, which just means that you can have a lot more kind of cautionary kind of signals instead of just coming up to a single yellow and then going to a red, which obviously in real life, when you have a lot more trains in a kind of condensed kind of area, it's better to have 4 aspect signaling instead of Is it a free aspect? But yeah, I very much so enjoy just playing this game, especially on stream. I am going to stream from time to time. Best place as well is just to follow me on Twitch, and just if I'm about, I'm about. You'll get a notification and you'll see when I'm online on Twitch. Other than that, I've never really been good with a schedule on YouTube or either on Twitch, so it's not gonna be something I can guarantee that it's gonna be like, oh, this day every week, or maybe this day, or you know, like I think the best thing I've done is on Twitch I've put down it's like a historical schedule widget on my Twitch, which basically shows you when my last recent streams have taken place and on what day and what time. And then if you look at all of those, then you can just kind of like make a sort of estimate of when I stream. But best thing to do is just follow it on Twitch. I normally don't even post on YouTube anymore,
This
any other
train is
place
now
of when I'm
approaching
actually streaming.
Benton.
So I just follow on Twitch and just get a notification of when I'm streaming. Cab details and stuff like that, it's just basic kind of stuff as well. Again, it is Roblox. You're not going to be expecting kind of Train Sim World sort of quality of
Platform 5
cab detail.
for the 1351 Stepford Express service to Llyn-By-The-Sea. Calling at Leighton Stepford Road, Leighton City, Edgemead, West Wyvern, North Shore, and Llyn-By-The-Sea.
There we go.
This train has 4 coaches.
This is Benton.
First class is located at the rear of this train.
And Benton, if you didn't know, was modelled after Birmingham New Street, which is a lot of these platforms under a very kind of like big building complex, which Birmingham New Street I think is under a sort of like shopping centre, shopping mall. Let's get going.
This train is the Stepford Express service to Llyn-By-The-Sea. The next station is Leighton Stepford Road.
Well, what's cool in this game as well, you have all like, it's a very nice simple HUD as well. It gives you all the kind of information of like the next stop, in how many miles, what's your time. You have like timetables to actually like keep up of how early, how late you are. You have like a nice head code as well. Show you there again the map of the actual express route that we're doing. We're doing like the pink one, but we're doing all the stops. This is one thing, this is one area which I was always confused when playing SCR when the express route wasn't a thing, is when you're going in between Benton and Benton Bridge. I was always wondering what these viaducts and like what they were for, and they're actually now for the express, which is, it's a very interesting kind of setup of crossing over the express. Obviously it's going to bypass Benton Bridge and just go directly onto the high-speed line up to Leighton Stepford Road. It's a very very interesting layout, we'll call it. You of course have a horn, which some people give a horn out when you like pass them. You also have whistle boards, of course, at places like where there's crossings and stuff like that, where you need to give out like a little toot when you're going past. You have everything. You have even little banner repeaters and stuff like that. It's all very nicely thought out. To be as realistic as possible in the context of Roblox. So now we're on this like nice little stretch between I don't know what station that is. I should know it. I don't know that all the stations off by heart here, but it's essentially Up here, this is the line that goes basically directly up to Llyn, Stepford Road, and this is where also an Airlink service can come on, join the tracks here of the express and go up to Llyn, Stepford Road. It would be interesting to see at some point if they'll include an Airlink service to Llyn-By-The-Sea, potentially, or even something a bit more further, like, I don't know, West Wyvern or something like that. It would just make sense if because the Airlink essentially is an express service in itself, and it obviously just connects the major kind of points to the airport. So I'm guessing at some point we could see a Airlink service to Llyn-By-The-Sea, potentially. Kind of think of it like the Gatwick Express service from Brighton to Gatwick Airport kind of thing. But who knows? I think the next, I don't know what the next kind of big thing is for the kind of game. I know there's been talks of like a waterline extension. I know that there's still a lot more trains to update to next gen to have like interior cabs and interior cabins and stuff like that. Anyway, we're now slowing down to enter the kind of Llyn area, which kind of is based on Manchester in terms of Rocket Parade is what's that station called? I'm not really bad with my Manchester station names, but I think Rocket Parade is based on, I can't remember the name of the station, but it's a station that comes after Manchester Oxford Road, which is what Llyn Stepford Road is actually based on. As we come up here, every station has like like a major sort of station has loads of junctions and points. You come in on
Llyn Stepford Road.
You come in on a restrictive signals, which is sort of correct. They've done it in that kind of way for when, because in this game you can have signalers, and essentially what the signalers do is they put things at like major junction points. They put things at cautionary to slow things down in case they have to maybe like reroute a train around a train, or let an express go in front of a stopping service. But in real life, that's things are protected like that, but they're already set. By the time you get to, like, say if I was to get to this station right now, it wouldn't be cautionary if there's nothing actually set ahead. So it's only done like that in the game for the auto signaling, where just everything's auto signaled.
This train is the Stepford Express service to Llyn-By-The-Sea.
Because when you're on on a
Layton
server
City.
that has a good signaler, the signaler should basically set everything up so it doesn't look like, oh, you're coming in and there's something in the platform already. So that's the kind of thing I kind of take from it, essentially. But yeah, essentially now we're just kind of going kind of more rural. We're going on to like up to Edgemead, which was in the original sort of game, which is like the furthest point that you could kind of go with the normal kind of like connect service. And then we go beyond up to basically West Wyvern, North Shore, Llyn-By-The-Sea, which is kind of
This train is now approaching Layton City.
It's kind of like based on the West Coast Main Line, some of the places.
Express service to Llyn-By-The-Sea. Calling at Edgemead, West Wyvern, North Shore, and Llyn-By-The-Sea. This train has 4 coaches.
And this
First class
station
is located at the rear of
looks
this
really
train.
cool of what's happening with it actually in the future. It's getting updated to look like Blackfriars, I think.
This is
No, not
Layton
Blackfriars,
City.
City Thameslink. There is a station on the water line that's actually, I think, based on London Blackfriars Station. I do like the slam of the doors. You can see we're in first class here on this little like
This train is the Stepford Express service to Llyn-By-The-Sea.
little
The
2+1
next
setup
station
here
Edgemead.
with the purple seats. But yeah, do let me know in the comments down below if you do play this game. What is like your kind of favorite? What's your favorite, I guess, train / route as well to drive, potentially? Give a little horn there because there was a little horn whistle board. But yeah, this from this point it kind of does get a lot more rural, a lot more kind of open, a little bit more spacious with the distances between stations. That's just a nice drive, really. And now we're coming into Edgemead,
This train is now approaching Edgemead.
which was the furthest that you could go before in this game. Into this little bay platform here.
Stepford Express service to Llyn-By-The-Sea. Calling
There we
out
go.
West Wyvern, North Shore, and Llyn-By-The-Sea. This train has 4 coaches. First class is located at the rear of this train.
See, this station reminds me,
This is Edgemead.
it reminds me of a station on the East Coast Main Line. It's when the, I don't know if I'm correct, but for me, visually, it looks like the station that on the East Coast Main Line where all of the fast and the slow lines connect up to 2 lines and goes into a tunnel. I don't know what the station's called. Someone probably in the comments would let me know. But you know what I'm talking about. It's literally on the East Coast Main Line. I think it is north of... No, I don't know if it's north of Peterborough, but... No, it wouldn't be north of Peterborough. It'd be south of Peterborough.
This train
But I
is the
can't think of it. I
Stepford
can't think of
Express
the name.
service to Llyn-By-The-Sea. The next station is West Wyvern.
Get that nice 125 now. Basically to West Wyvern and then North Shore and then Llyn-By-The-Sea. You can see also here we got some overhead wires. Parts of them are. This station kind of resembles Tamworth, I think. From what I know. As you can see, it was only like a little bit of slow line and fast line, and it merges, and then it goes back at some point as well. I think there is at some point kind of like a thing to do, have like a kind of working pantograph with the electric trains and have like everything with overhead wires. I'm not too sure how that's going, but that's something or other that I know that's being kind of like done.
Does not stop here. Please stand back from the platform edge.
It's weird. It's weird not having sound. It is really weird. Like I tried actually restarting this and doing it again with the IET 801 and even this, and it just sometimes the sounds. I think it's to do when you switch ends. Sometimes the sound just bugs out and just doesn't work. I don't know why. Don't know what the problem is with it.
Platform 2 does not stop here. Please stand back from the platform.
I like the Doppler effect there of the announcer. That's quite good. A bit spooky as well. But yeah, if you have any suggestions of what you want to see for the next episode of the SCR logbook in terms of should I do a connect service, a waterline service, an airlink service, what particular train or even route should I do let me know in the comments down below and I might take it into consideration. But we are now coming up to West Wyvern, one of the stops that you can terminate at with connect. Don't know what this station is actually based on. I kind of want to say something on the again on the East Coast main line. If there's a mixture of like West Coast main line and East Coast main line with this kind of extension, but if I was looking at this
train
station,
is now approaching West Wyvern.
1404 Stepford Express service to Llyn-By-The-Sea.
it kind of gives me
North Shore and
it gives me vibes of like Welwyn Garden City.
First class is located at the rear
But
of
the
this
bay
train.
platform just kind of takes that away a
This is
bit.
West Wyvern.
Like it looks a bit like Welwyn Garden City, and also like it's not an accurate kind of flyover of Welwyn Garden, but similar. Maybe Stevenage. I don't know. Not too sure. Now, I think North Shore, our
This
next
train is
station
the
along
Stepford
this
Express
service,
to
is, I
Llyn-By-The-Sea.
think it's based on
The next station is North
Stockport,
Shore.
which I don't know. I might be wrong, but it kind of looks like Stockport. Like the kind of panels and the kind of window kind of walls and stuff like that look a bit like. Which I've never been to these stations in real life, so like I'm just going by like pictures and just like references and stuff like that. Oh, and we have sound now. We have a bit of rail sound. But yeah, this is the last kind of part of the Llyn kind of extension here. You have a few more stops on the commuter connect services that we pass through, and then essentially it's North Shore where there is a depot for express and connect. And then we go into Llyn-By-The-Sea, which is a really nice kind of like, I think it has one of the nicest like approaches in the game.
This train is now approaching North Shore.
Stepford Express service to Llyn-By-The-Sea. Calling at Llyn-By-The-Sea only. This train has 4 coaches.
See, I don't know if you get a
First
kind of like
class is
Stockport
located
vibe.
at the rear of this train.
Because I kind of get a Stockport sort of vibe. Ish.
This is
I don't know.
North Shore.
Even the kind of entrance here kind of looks like Stockport, if you get what I mean. Don't know. You can debate that in the comments if you'd like. But then Stockport doesn't have a beach next to it, if you know what I mean.
This train is the Stepford Express service to Llyn-By-The-Sea. The next station is Llyn-By-The-Sea.
But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this like kind of first video in this little well, I hope it's going to be a bit of a lengthy series of the SCR logbook. If you want to suggest anything of like what you want to see on the channel, do feel free to let me know in the comments down below. I do read them. I will have a video soon after this, I think the channel update 2020, where I'll just talk about like maybe kind of stuff that I want to do, maybe stuff that you guys want to see. Obviously, with my kind of job as a train driver, I do kind of want to maybe shed more light on the role, because I know loads of people will be interested to know like how I get on, what's it all about, and I want to see if I can maybe incorporate that, maybe just, you know, share a bit of my kind of experience as a train driver. But we'll see, all to come. Could be an interesting year, 2020. But yeah, we're approaching now into Llyn-By-The-Sea. I think this approach reminds me, obviously not the lights and stuff like that, but it reminds me a bit of Liverpool Lime Street. You know, when you go down into the kind of like tunnel and you're just like kind of approaching at a steady sort of speed. But yeah, it kind of gives me that sort of vibe. I'm not too sure. Maybe it's based on something else that I'm completely forgetting, but that's the first thing that kind of sort of came into my mind, that it was kind of Liverpool Lime Street-esque.
This train is now approaching Llyn-By-The-Sea. This train terminates here. All change, please.
But then the actual station itself definitely gives me more vibes of...
Train now approaching. Platform 2 terminates here.
Actually, I don't know what it gives me more vibes of, actually.
Stepford Central.
I think it gives me more vibes of... I don't know, the platform arrangement sort of gives me a London King's Cross sort of vibe. But then the kind of roof and stuff, it... I don't know. Maybe Queen Street? Glasgow Queen Street? Potentially? I really don't know. There's obviously a lot of sort of inspiration. Maybe it's not just like one station particular. But yeah. Let's release the doors. I don't think we had anyone on board. Obviously, people that join the server can actually join as a... They can join as a passenger if they wish so. But guys, I hope you've enjoyed my first video back in a long while. Hopefully some more steady content for you guys. I do promise that I will try my best to feed your YouTube feed with some of my content. And again, do you like maybe the face cam on the videos? I kind of makes it, I guess, a bit more personal. And if I'm not doing that many videos, at least I give you something like in terms of a face cam where like you guys can see me. You can I don't know. For this video, obviously, there's some videos that it might be a lot more better for, where there's a little bit more reaction and stuff for some stuff. Maybe when I'm doing like a new product or something like that. When I'm reviewing something, or I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed it. It's just something there like I thought, you know, might improve the video. Or perhaps, I do not know. Not too sure. Give me your feedback below. I do always read them. But other than that, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I hope to see you in another video very soon. Take care and have a lovely day. Bye.
We ain't never giving up, 'cause we ain't born for that. Gotta catch up fast, you do. Fast, you do. The ship is cruising, it's